You already know what it feels like. You've been working hard. You're putting in the time at the gym, watching what you eat, doing everything you think you're supposed to do, and yet that stubborn belly fat is still sitting there like it owns the place. It doesn't budge. And the worst part isn't even how it looks. It's how it makes you feel. You catch yourself avoiding certain clothes. You walk past a mirror and look away a little faster than you used to. You sit down and feel that uncomfortable tightness around your waist and you think to yourself, why is nothing working for me? I want you to know something before we go any further. This is not a willpower problem. This is not a discipline problem. This is a strategy problem. And once you understand what's actually happening inside your body, everything changes. Here's the first thing that most people completely miss. When you do the same type of cardio over and over, your body gets incredibly efficient at it. It burns fewer and fewer calories doing the same work. Your metabolism actually adapts and slows down to conserve energy. So you're spending 45 minutes on a treadmill and burning a fraction of what you burned when you first started. That's not motivation. That's biology working against you. And no amount of pushing harder on the same treadmill is going to fix that. Strength training changes the game entirely. But not just any strength training. Smarter strength training. There's a massive difference. Now, before I go deeper into exactly how this works, I want to say something quickly. We have a program linked down below in the video description. It builds on everything we're covering today in a structured, guided way. This program has helped people who felt exactly like you feel right now. People who tried everything and were exhausted from doing things that didn't work. It's there if you want it, but only for a limited time. And honestly, if you're someone who's just here to casually browse, this probably isn't for you anyway. Keep watching and decide for yourself. Now back to what's actually happening. Your body stores belly fat as a survival mechanism. Think about that for a second. Your body thinks it's protecting you. It holds onto that fat because it senses stress, poor sleep, erratic eating, and the wrong kind of exercise as threats. It's trying to survive. So every time you run yourself into the ground with long, exhausting cardio sessions, your cortisol spikes, your body panics, and it holds onto fat even tighter. You're literally fighting against yourself. Smarter strength training works with your biology instead of against it. Here's how. When you build muscle, even small amounts, your body changes its baseline. Muscle tissue burns calories around the clock. Not just during a workout, while you sleep, while you sit at your desk, while you do absolutely nothing. 1 pound of muscle burns significantly more energy per day than 1 pound of fat. That means the more muscle you build, the faster your metabolism runs all day long without you doing anything extra. And here's where it gets really powerful. The type of strength training that targets belly fat most effectively is compound movement training. Compound movements are exercises that work multiple muscle groups at the same time. Think squats, deadlifts, rows, presses. These movements create what's called a metabolic disturbance. Your body is so challenged by the demand that it keeps burning elevated calories for hours after you stop training. Some research suggests this afterburn effect can last anywhere from 24 to 48 hours. That's 2 full days of your metabolism running hotter because of a single workout done correctly. Compare that to a 45-minute jog where the calorie burn essentially stops the moment you stop running. The math is not even close. Now let's get real about the belly fat specifically. Visceral fat, the deep belly fat that sits around your organs, is uniquely sensitive to hormonal changes in your body. When you strength train effectively, your body releases growth hormone and testosterone, even in women at healthy natural levels. These hormones directly signal your body to use stored fat as fuel. They also reduce chronic inflammation, which is one of the biggest hidden drivers of stubborn belly fat. You can be eating perfectly and exercising regularly, and still carry excess belly fat because your inflammation levels are elevated. Strength training is one of the most powerful anti-inflammatory tools available to you right now. But here's what I want you to stop doing immediately. Stop doing endless crunches thinking they'll flatten your stomach. Spot reduction is a myth that has cost people years of wasted effort. You cannot burn fat from one specific area by exercising that area. Fat loss happens systemically, meaning your whole body decides where to pull fuel from, and your job is to create the right internal environment so it pulls from your belly. Smarter strength training creates exactly that environment. Also, stop training to exhaustion every single session. This is a trap that so many hardworking people fall into. You think more pain means more results. But when your workouts consistently leave you completely destroyed, your body secretes excess cortisol. Cortisol tells your body to store fat around your midsection. So ironically, training too hard too often can be one of the reasons your belly fat won't leave. The goal isn't to wreck yourself. The goal is to apply just enough progressive challenge that your body is forced to adapt and get stronger. 3 to 4 properly structured strength sessions per week is genuinely enough to create significant metabolic change. Studies consistently show that people who train with intelligent programming 3 to 4 times weekly see greater fat loss than people doing cardio 6 days a week. That's not an opinion. That's documented research. Now let me paint you a picture of what this actually looks like. Imagine 6 weeks from now, you've been doing this smarter approach. You wake up in the morning and something feels different. Your clothes fit differently, not in a dramatic infomercial way, in a quiet, real way that you notice when you get dressed. You feel stronger. Your posture is naturally better because your core and back muscles are more developed. You walk differently. You hold yourself differently. And the belly that used to be the first thing you thought about when you looked in the mirror, it's smaller. Noticeably smaller, not because you starved yourself, not because you ran until your knees hurt, but because you changed the internal chemistry of your body through smarter training. And the mental shift that happens alongside the physical is honestly just as significant. When you see your body actually responding, when you realize that it wasn't your fault, that you were just using the wrong approach, something unlocks inside of you. You stop feeling broken. You stop feeling like your body is your enemy. You start feeling like you finally understand the game you're playing. Now let me give you 3 specific principles that make strength training smarter for belly fat loss. Principle 1. Progressive overload applied gradually. This means every week or every 2 weeks you make your training slightly harder. You add a small amount of weight. You do 1 more repetition. You reduce your rest time by 15 seconds. This constant small challenge prevents your body from adapting and plateauing. Most people who don't see results are doing the exact same workout they did months ago. Your body stopped changing because you stopped challenging it. Principle 2. Prioritize the big compound movements over isolated exercises. If you're spending most of your gym time on machines that only move one joint, you're leaving enormous metabolic potential on the table. Squats, hip hinges like deadlifts, pushing movements, pulling movements. These recruit the largest muscle groups in your body simultaneously. More muscle recruited means more energy demanded. More energy demanded means more fat burned. Principle 3. Rest and recovery are not optional, they're strategic. Muscle is not built during the workout. Muscle is built during recovery. If you're not sleeping well, if you're training every day without adequate rest, you're undermining every session you do. Muscles need repair time to grow stronger. And during that repair process, your body is burning more calories, regulating hormones more effectively, and pulling stored fat for fuel. Rest is when the magic happens. Not despite training, because of training. Here's something that might surprise you. People who follow structured intelligent strength programs consistently report not just physical changes but dramatic improvements in energy, sleep quality, mood, and stress tolerance within the first few weeks. The body feels better across the board because strength training is one of the few interventions that positively affects nearly every system in your body simultaneously. Your cardiovascular system improves, your hormonal balance improves, your mental health improves, your metabolism improves. All from lifting weights with intention and intelligence. And the people who see the most dramatic results, the ones who go from frustrated and stuck to genuinely transformed, almost always say the same thing. They wish they had stopped wasting time on the wrong approach sooner. Every week spent doing ineffective cardio and avoiding strength training is a week your metabolism isn't getting the signal it needs to change. Time is not on your side here, not because of anything extreme, but simply because the longer your metabolism stays in its current pattern, the more entrenched those patterns become. The earlier you shift your approach, the faster and more easily your body responds. You've already invested time in your health. You've already shown up even when it was hard. The only thing missing was the right blueprint for your body. And that's exactly why the program linked in the video description exists. It takes everything we've talked about today: progressive overload, compound movements, strategic recovery, hormonal optimization through smarter training, and it puts it into a clear, guided structure you can follow without guessing. The people who have gone through it are seeing real belly fat reduction, real strength gains, and real transformation in how they feel every single day, not someday, within weeks. This program is not for people who are comfortable staying exactly where they are. If you're content with how things are going right now, then you don't need it. But if some part of you is tired of the effort not matching the results, if you're ready to finally work with your body instead of against it, then click the link below right now, not tomorrow, not after you finish thinking about it. Because the people who take action today are the same people who send messages weeks from now saying they finally feel like themselves again. That can be you. The link is right there waiting.